Yo, just before we start this video, the quality on this video is lower than normal. I'm sorry about that. It's a little unfortunate, but I promise next video it'll have some better quality. So just bear through it, please. So in today's video, I'm gonna be checking out the new Source Filmmaker 2. I'm gonna be telling you all the differences I sort of spotted out when I first opened it, and as I go through, I even discovered something new that I didn't even know before later on. But overall, it's really nice. Needs a little bit of work before it can be, I'd say, used for like any big time projects. I'd say, but nonetheless, I really like what they did with the new source. There's a lot more customization. It's a lot better looking, I could say, and a lot. There's a lot of, I'd say, better performance things like rigs. How like if you select fingers, they don't lag as much. Still do lag only a little bit though. Nonetheless, let's just get right into this. This is pretty nice. First things first, graphics. I mean, we all knew this was coming. The difference compared to SFM, if you were to compare this to SFM now, you couldn't. It's insane. So of course we all knew the graphics was coming. I mean, we've all seen Half Life Alyx at this point. Now, when I first booted this up, I was messing around. I was like, hey, let's get a model in here, right? And this is where there's a huge, other than the graphics, of course, there's a huge noticeable difference. Now, I don't even know how some of this stuff works. Like, you could change the skybox somehow, texture planes, characters, new lights, which I use point light a lot, jacked light, all of that. Now, something I don't seem to be able to get work other than like skybox. I never tried any of these, but I can't get the character menu to work. I don't know, maybe it's broken. But you don't really have to worry about that. You can get like the models, like you can get G-Man and all of that from the actual model viewer in here. Speaking of which, this is next. Look at this. Look at this. It's so different. And I mean, that's not a bad thing. I really like this more. I can preview it all. I don't have to click on it, and it's really nice. Alright, now before we continue on to, actually moving the characters and whatnot, something else, this is very small. It's not a big deal, but it's now, or at least for me, it's right click to move around instead of, you don't actually left click on the screen, you have to right click, which at first was a little hard to get used to, but now I'm pretty used to it. So, something a little bit different is all of these pretty much the same, except it seems like this part feels a little bit more chunkier than normal, but as you can see, everything's here. The font, different, pretty much the same for the most part. These models are really high definition, yeah. But this is what I'm pretty excited for. You know how, you get a rig for a model, you go on SFM, go into the rig thing, and also this has auto attach rigs, so you don't actually have to go through a list. But you'd click on it and it'd take like 4 hours to load a rig. Not exactly. That's a very big uh whatever, but you can auto attach rigs and it takes literally a second. Not even. It doesn't even take a second. And that's the target. But as you can see, this is his rig, Mr. G Man. He has an IK target here. It's a little bit hard to actually get his arm, but you know, pretty standard for the most part, but this is what I'm really excited for. Now the fingers do lag still. That's a given, but and this goes for all unknown parts. That's in the unknown part and fingers, I guess. But now, instead of like lagging SFM, uh, everything's gonna move normally. The only thing that'll lag is the finger. So the finger just lags behind, but nothing else does. And it's a lot nicer to pose fingers, like so much nicer. Control, you don't actually have to hold shift to add things. Control will. So yeah. Something else I've noticed just while we're here is, and if anyone has or used Source Filmmaker 2, they could answer this for me. Uh, the Z near clipping, or yeah, Z near clipping, for the work camera is really high. So if you really want to get in and do some touch ups, you have to like really zoom in. But I guess it's not that bad. More of just a preference thing, I guess. We have got if we right click, we got some new things. You can open this in model editor. I don't know if that was there in SFM. Uh, but oh yeah, this is very different. So as you can see, you can open this in a model editor. Uh, check out a bunch of random stuff. You can get animations, I guess. Want a bunch of stuff up here. This is literally my first time being in here. I didn't even know this existed, so I'm gonna have to check this out some more. So now, other than that, there's the camera, and this is very different. So we have a couple new sliders. So we have Z near and Z far. Z far changes how far props will render, and Z near change how close uh props will sort of clip out. So we're to set this all the way up. We'd have to be all the way back here to see, and otherwise he's gone. Here's in a second. But I recommend keeping Z near all the way down below, unless you get some of those Z fighting errors, in which you just gotta do that a little bit. But eye offset, this can, I don't know. I guess this is to simulate what it would be like if people were viewing you in VR. Because you know, eyes, you can only see through the left or right eye. Aperture, that has to do with light. Film map scale, all of that, that's the same. There are two settings too. There's map light scale and time of day amount. I already messed around with these. I don't know what they do, if they do anything. But maybe you can answer that down in the comments. Either way, yeah, a couple new options. All the only ones I really see myself ever using, considering I don't even know what these do, is Z-near and Z-far. So other than a couple other things maybe that I haven't seen, that seems like everything new in SFM2. Now of course, you know, it is very buggy. You know, it'll crash a bunch of times. But either way, it's not that bad. And I I guess that's where I'll end this video. Soon enough I'll talk about what it's like going into Hammer, new Hammer, which is really nice. Hammer is a treat. The new Hammer is a very good treat, especially if you've ever used the old Hammer, Source One Hammer. Trust me, if you ever get Half Life Alyx, you'll need to test out its Hammer because it is just amazing. But that's all the time I have for this video. I'll see you guys later. Ah!